Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. Cutelaba versus Tanner Boser. Boser's cutting down the light heavyweight. He's had enough of that heavyweight shit. I thought he would have had enough after he fought Cyril Gane, but he hung around for a few more years and had a lot of success. But then he ran into Rodrigo Nascimento in his last fight, and even though it was close and you could argue he won, he was just too big. In any moment he won, it was because he was too big, and of course he got Boser down. But Tanner Boser, if he's able to work, he's probably going to win the. He's probably going to outwork you. He's a very good worker. I really like his volume. I like his style, although I wish he was a little better grappler. Even though he's never been defeated, he's just not exactly Mr. Grappler. He's got 2 submission victories in his 20 wins. Yeah, so there's that. But I do like what I see from Tanner Boser at heavyweight. It's just a matter of what he's going to look like here. He's losing a lot of weight, so he's going to be quicker, of course. But I think he will be proportionately less quicker at light heavyweight. I think he's gaining speed, but losing the speed advantage. If that makes sense. And I also think by cutting down to light heavyweight, he's going to be easier to take down. Just less mass, everything's thinner. Thinner hips, thinner legs, whatever. And I think Cutelaba will be able to get him down, especially early, if he's able to corner him. He's got to corner Tanner Boser, and Tanner Boser's always been very light on his feet, but now, however many pounds lighter, here at light heavyweight, his natural weight class, I expect him to really flourish as a mobile fighter. But I think he's going to run into some trouble early from Cutelaba. Iwan is a seek and destroy fighter, the most exciting fighter, win or lose, in the UFC. Maybe one of them anyway. He's maybe not the most exciting fighter, but he's fucking very exciting. He's just not as good as those Gaethje types. He's more, of that Johnny Walker ilk, where you might see him get killed. But either way, very exciting fighter. He's had 9 losses, the majority of which has come in the UFC, and in most of those he was finished. We've seen him lose to Ankalaev twice. Misha Serkinov tapped him out. So did Ryan Spann, Johnny Walker. Kennedy Nzechukwu got him out of there. Glover Teixeira, Jared Cannonier beat him by decision. He's a very good fighter, but he's run into better fighters. And it's been clear every time that there's a ceiling for Cutelaba, and it's nowhere near the championship. Same could be said for Tanner Boser, but Tanner Boser, the overwhelming majority of his losses come by decision. He's got 9 losses, 8 of them are by decision. The one loss that he was finished in was to Tim Hague, who died a few years ago. But he avenged that loss with a knockout of his own, sometime later. And I also think that knockout loss to Tim Hague was in like 8 seconds. So, whatever. I don't know if that adds to the element of it being a fluke or whatever, but it's possible. Anyway, Tanner's looked very durable. He's gotten some nice wins in the UFC. OSP, that guy Pessoa, Philip Lins. You could argue Nascimento. But generally, when he's been thwarted, he's been caught in the middle of a tight battle with Andrei Arlovski, or overwhelmed with size, kind of by Rodrigo Nascimento. That Alir Latifi battle, another close one. He's lost plenty of close decisions, Tanner Boser. The only one that really wasn't so close was the Cyril Gane, inside the UFC anyway. But nevertheless, he's not a dominant fighter. And that's what leaves room for all these tight decisions, with these guys that you would think he's got him outgunned on the feet anyway, like Alir Latifi. But Boser is always wrangleable. You can wrangle him. And I do think Cutelaba is going to find success against Tanner Boser. The thing is, I'm picking Boser to win because I trust he's not going to get finished. Cutelaba is a seek and destroy fighter. And while he could put anybody away, even Boser, from the full mount, I know if he doesn't, Tanner Boser is going to outwork him. And I do think Tanner Boser outworking somebody who's breakable, like Cutelaba, Boser probably gets the finish in rounds 2 or 3. So pretty much like most of my Cutelaba picks, I'm picking against him, and I'm picking against him in round 2 or 3. Tanner Boser to win by knockout in round 2, plus 850. Knockout round 3, plus 1100. And Iwan Cutelaba, I threw a sprinkle on him winning by decision at plus 450. Because I do think, even though Iwan's a seek and destroy fighter, and in most fights, his primary path to victory is a first round finish, I think Tanner Boser, with his overall durability, again, only having been finished the once by Tim Hague and survived with Cyril Gahn and all these other monsters at heavyweight, I trust him to survive against Iwan Cutelaba. And he may get dominated early if he did lose a decision, and then, still get taken down towards the end, but end up surviving. So I threw a sprinkle on Cutelaba by decision, but my primary bets are Tanner Boser. By the way, the money line is even, and Tanner Boser by TKO round 2, plus 850, and a sprinkle on round 3. Like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit. Check out my other videos.